I am Jody Shrimpland. We're educational coordinator at Clary Gardens, and we are starting our Clary Storytime this week. So I know it's Christmas time, so here I am in front of my Christmas tree and enjoying myself down by the fire. I hope you all are having a good morning. Today we are going to start our story time with an animal that is near and dear, I think, to all of us here in Coshocton County, and that is the raccoon. So this is one of the Smithsonian Institution books. So it has some educational purposes, but it also has a nice little story about the raccoons. So we are going to read Raccoon at Clear Creek Road today. And let's go ahead and get started. So, Raccoon at Clear Creek Road, and it is written by Carolyn B. Otto, and it is illustrated by Kathy Trachuk. Okay. Raccoon at Clear Creek Road. So there's the mom with their babies. Here we go. As a spring afternoon cools into evening, a flock of starlings settles in a willow behind the yellow house on Clear Creek Road. Inside the tree, deep within a hollow, a mother raccoon awakens. Raccoon listens to the starlings above and the rushing creek below. She nuzzles her kits, born 2 days before. Their eyes are closed and their ears are shut, but their mouths are open wide. Their hungry cries sound like twittering birds. So baby raccoon is called a kit. Raccoon nurses her kits until they grow drowsy with milk. She croons to them. She washes each kit with her tongue. Once they are clean and fed and fast asleep, Raccoon must find her own dinner. She has not eaten since the kits were born. She climbs from the hollow in the tree, head first to the ground. So there's the mama, and there's the creek. Light from the window of the house makes a pattern on the grass. Raccoon moves along the shadows. She sees well in the night, and darkness hides and protects her. So raccoons can see good at nighttime. There she is. Raccoon sniffs at the vegetable garden on one side of the garage. It is too early for peas to grow and far too early for corn. The garden smells of dirt. There is nothing to eat. At the edge of the driveway, 3 garbage cans smell like supper. Standing to her full height, Raccoon pushes one. Crash! A light snaps on near the garage. Raccoon runs to hide. Her masked face and ringed tail blend in with the backyard shadows. There she is, knocking over trash cans. Raccoon hears footsteps, a scraping, a clattering, and the rumble of the garage door moving up and then down. The light goes out. The night is quiet. Raccoon sneaks along the driveway. The garbage cans are gone. The smell of things to eat comes now from the garage. The door is closed. She cannot get in. So the humans must have gone and got the garbage cans and brought them inside. Hungrier and still thirsty too, Raccoon turns back towards the creek. A faint twittering overhead makes her climb the willow. Her kits are sleeping. The sound must have come from a starling. Raccoon climbs down again and this time heads for the water. She stops to drink, then splashes in up to her belly. With her front paws, she explores the shallows. So she's fishing for whatever she can find in the creek. She touches mud, sticks, and a pine cone. The water feels cold and is running fast with rain from the recent storms. Raccoon wades deeper to chase the silver flash of a minnow. The pull of the creek grows stronger. She loses her footing and the water sweeps her away. So when it rains, the water rises in the creek. Makes it not as easy for Mama Raccoon to wade. Raccoon tumbles over drowned branches and a rock. She goes under. Water rushes above her head, but she struggles up to the surface. With her nose high, Raccoon paddles to the other side of the creek. She scrambles up the bank. She is not hurt, though she is still very hungry. Raccoon shakes the water from her fur and cleans off the mud with her tongue. Raccoon can see her willow tree across the creek. Light from the yellow house shines through its branches and reflects off a bright piece of tinfoil near her feet. Raccoon turns the foil over in her paws. Hidden just beneath is an earthworm. Food! She drops the foil to pounce. Raccoon eats the worm, another worm, and a beetle. She finds a store of acorns and dried berries forgotten by a squirrel. Raccoon eats and feels better. So there's her worms. Hoo, hoo, hoo. Raccoon sits up to listen. Hoo, hoo, hoo. What do you think it is? A dark shape sweeps over the water toward the willow. Her kits could be in danger. Raccoon paces along the bank, looking for a crossing. From a jutting boulder, she leaps into the slick back of a log, and she slips and catches herself. Teetering, sliding, she claws her way to the other side of the creek. Raccoon is at the foot of her tree when she scents a mouse. The smell is strong, delicious, and easy to follow. Raccoon hesitates, sniffing. So Mama Raccoon is worried that her babies are in danger. What goes hoo, hoo, hoo? Hoo, hoo, hoo! The owl wheels overhead. Raccoon clambers up the tree. She must protect her kits. With a rush of nearly silent wings, the owl dives toward the hollow. Raccoon hisses. She is ready to fight. But the owl plummets past her, then picks up the mouse and is gone. So the owl's got the mouse down in her claws. So the babies are okay. Breathing fast, her hair still on end, Raccoon trills to her kits. They are safe and soundly asleep, and they are too young to answer. Sometime soon their ears will be open and their eyes will be open, black and bright. Before long, they will be big enough to follow her to the shadowed yard below. Here she is, checking on her babies. Then the kits will prowl with her around the yellow house on Clear Creek Road. There will be sugar peas in the garden and sweet corn later on. The creek will grow lazy and slow with the heat of summer, and Raccoon will teach her kits to swim and fish for silver minnows. Raccoon snuggles down with her kits, and they begin to twitter. Hear the babies as they get older. So a really nice thing about the Smithsonian books is in the back they have a glossary and they also have factual information about the raccoon. So about the raccoon. Raccoons are found across America except in deserts and high mountains. After the sun goes down, raccoons start to look for food. With excellent night vision, they are able to find many kinds of plants and animals to eat. They sometimes swish their food through water as if they were washing it, but they are also kneading it with their sensitive paws. Raccoons have nimble fingers and they like to feel objects, especially things that shine. Mother raccoons often make nests high up in hollow trees and give birth in the early spring. When the babies are born, they are helpless and small and only 3 or 4 inches long. At first, the mother raccoon forages close to the nest. As spring turns into summer, she searches for food gradually lengthen. Her searches for food gradually lengthen until the kits have grown enough to come along. By autumn, the kits are almost as big as their mother, fat and ready for winter. The mother raccoon and her young sleep through the long cold months, waking once in a while to forage. When spring comes, they separate and begin their own raccoon families. Well, I hope you enjoyed our story about raccoons. I thought it was kind of fun to start with something that maybe we see in our own backyard sometimes. I also want to thank all of our donors that make it possible for us to provide this free reading program for you on Mondays at 10 a.m. And you can always donate to Clary Gardens. Some of our biggest, most substantial donations actually come from all of the small donations adding up. So even $1 or $2 helps. So thank you so much, and I hope you enjoyed our story. We'll see you next week. Thank you.